Hey, it's Dave Brown here, host of Now with Dave Brown on AMI. Check out this latest highlight from the show. Let's learn about the Hable One with one of its co-founders, Freek van Welsenis, who joins us from the Netherlands. Hey, Freek, thank you for making time for us this morning. We're grateful.
Hi, I'm so happy to be here. Thanks for having me.
So tell me about the Hable One. What was it designed to solve? What was the issues it aimed to resolve?
Yeah, so the Hable One is really there to make it easy to use your smartphone if you have a visual impairment. So we really focus on using physical keys to be able to use the phone. So instead of having to use those gestures and those weird swiping movements, you can access the entire phone with just 8 physical buttons.
Tell me a bit about the device. How big is it? What does it look like? Can you describe it a little bit for me?
Yeah, so it's around the size of an iPhone. Actually, I have it in my hands, and it's around the same size. And I put my hands around it, so I hold it in like a horizontal mode, and my fingers would actually automatically fall on the buttons. So I have one side with 8 buttons. There are 6 buttons that represent the Braille grid, and then 2 more navigation or function keys. And that allows me together to control the entire phone. It's black with white buttons, kind of has this modern, futuristic feel, and it really looks a little bit like a remote controller for the phone.
It's a really great idea. I know people do miss a lot of the physical features on their typical cell phone. How'd the idea come about? Why'd you come up with it? How did it happen?
Yeah, so I'm not alone in Hable right now with 12 people, but my co-founder, Ayushman, he originally came up with the idea. He was living together with his grandfather, who lost his vision at the age of 40, and he could no longer use his phone at all. And that's really where the first idea came from. Hey, can we make a device that uses physical keys to make someone able to operate the phone without having to use a touchscreen? And over time, we've, I think, tested with over 1,000 people, 100 prototypes, and finally came to a design that really was super simple and intuitive. And that's where we are right now, and that's what we created.
You mentioned all those consultations. How valuable was that for you guys through the development process?
It was crucial. So when we started off, we kind of sat within our own 4 walls, as I like to say. We thought we had the best idea ourselves. We would work on the product, but very soon we realized that you have to go out there and you have to get as much feedback as you can. And at the start, it can be a little bit painful. We learned that the things we were doing were not helping at all, were not useful at all. So the more we got out, the more we actually interacted with people that would eventually use it, the better the products became. And we still use that philosophy. So actually, still, whenever you have a Hable, you get software updates every 3 to 4 months that are quite substantial. So that really add a lot of new features. And those are decided by our users. We really, based on the activity that we see in our community groups, based on the requests, that's what we build on the device. So it's a philosophy that took some time to get into the company, but now it really is the staple of what we're doing.
How long did it take to develop the product?
I think it was around 2.5 years. So it was released, or it was put on the market September last year, but that was just in the Netherlands and the UK. And by now, we're already in 10 markets around the world because it has been, so good. The feedback is, people are so enthusiastic. The feedback is really good. So we decided, hey, let's make it available to more people as soon as we can.
How did you go about getting it to more markets like that? How were you building relationships to do that?
Yeah, so for us, what was really crucial was, again, that approach with users. So we would actually reach out to people in community groups that are already established and saying, hey, we have this new product. We would love to get your feedback. And we would just send products, demo products in the market. And we'd ask people, hey, what do you think? And where would you get it? And then they would actually start promoting the product themselves because they were so happy using it. So it's really really customer-centric, really user-centric kind of approach that we used. And that's something we're still doing. It's really being promoted by our users to our users.
How are you and your colleagues feeling about that growth that you've experienced in the last year?
Yeah, it's really great. I mean, we're still a very young team. I'm only 25 years old. My co-founder is 28. We have a team of people all in their 20s. And that's super exciting because they're really fast in adopting to new roles and kind of changing the way we work. And that's something that we need because we're learning so much. Like every week in, week out, that we have to keep changing. And I think that's also the fun. If I look at our product team, like how fast they now have to do updates and really major updates in the software and how well they're doing, I think it's just fantastic. I'm really proud of them.
You mentioned that there's a lot of young people that you're working with, a lot of enthusiasm trying to address these issues. I'm curious what the landscape is like. Do you find yourself collaborating with other people and meeting other developers and other designers and getting a sense of what the accessibility technology landscape looks like with maybe a new generation of developers like yourself on the forefront?
Yeah, actually, I think it's a really, really exciting domain, so to say, because there's a lot of people everyone's really willing to collaborate. So whenever we reach out to other companies or maybe companies that might be a competitor to us, they're all very open in working together, collaborating, sharing their knowledge. And I think that's super exciting. And then from our end, we have a lot of people that have a technical background, so they can really combine what they see as the newest technology and really put it into our market and say, hey, how can it be useful for people with a visual impairment? How can we use this to make technology a bit more equal so everyone can use it? And I think that combination of working with people in this domain that are super open to work together and that kind of technical background that we have, that works perfectly together. And it really helps us scale so fast.
Freek, it's a really good idea that you and your colleagues came up with, and I'm really glad to see that it's growing and that people are finding a great use case for it. Where should they go learn more about the Hable One keyboard?
Yeah, the best way right now to learn more about the keyboard is just on our website, which is at imhable.com. There you find all the information, videos about how it works, a lot of testimonials of our current users, and also where you can buy or test the product if you want to. So all the information is on our website, imhable.com.
Freek, we're so grateful for your time today. Please stay in touch. And as you guys put out new products or new ideas, bring them to the show, and we'd love to chat with you.
Thank you so much, Dave. It was really great to be here.
That's Freek van Welsenis, the co-founder of Hable One, joining us from the Netherlands. Do you want to dive into more conversations like this? Watch Now with Dave Brown weekdays at 9 a.m. Eastern on AMI-télé or download the podcast wherever you listen. Do you want to dive into more conversations like this? Watch Now with Dave Brown weekdays at 9 a.m. Eastern on AMI-télé or download the podcast wherever you listen.